record. Don't forget. Hello, hello, Deborah. Victoria. Oh my gosh, it has been such a long time since I have seen you. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you back here. Fantastic. Oh my gosh, so exciting. Okay, so for those of you that are in Facebook, go ahead and comment. Let me know where you are from. For those of you that are here in my Zoom room with me today, welcome. I'm so glad to have you guys here. We are diving into a juicy, juicy topic. It is one that I get the most requests for, whether I'm going on a podcast or whether when people have me come in and be a guest expert in any of their programs. And it's where to find clients, right? Where do I find a paying client? So if that sounds good to you, pop in the chat for me, Victoria and Deborah, since you guys are here. Just give me a thumbs up in the chat, a yes, something. Oh, no problem. Absolutely. Yes, yes, that's totally fine, Deborah. Here's Miss Cynthia. Victoria, just give me a thumbs up. I just want to make sure everybody can hear me too. Great. And if you are in the Facebook group, comment yes right now in the chat if you're ready to bring on a paying client in the next 7 days, the next week. I'm going to share with you exactly how to do that. So, this is actually an encore. Okay, great. I got a thumbs up from Victoria. Fantastic. This is an encore for day 5 for the Abundant Coach Code because we had a tech glitch and it didn't get recorded. And Zoom and Facebook decided that they weren't going to play nice. And so it wasn't live stream. And so I'm like, we'll just do it again. We'll just do it again. Not a problem. We just get to go because the truth is life happens, y'all. Sometimes tech works, sometimes it doesn't. And you know what? This is just another opportunity, right? We get to leverage obstacles into opportunities. That is the way that we stay in alignment, we stay in abundance. And so let's dive in. All right. Where to find paying clients? Where to find paying clients in any economy. So I want to share that there are two main things that we're looking at here. One is where to find a paying client, like within the next 7 days, right? So that is one question that I'm going to answer for you. The other question I'm going to answer for you today is where to find clients in general. Because the truth is, we've got people that are in our audience right now. We call this our warm audience. That is where you find your next client right now, like today or within the next 7 days. So we're going to talk about, all right, how do I identify who those people are, right? Then there is also the longer game that we always, always, always have to be doing on a daily basis. It's actually part of the golden hour that I teach inside of Activate Abundance Academy. And that is how do I get in front of new people? How do I get in front of new clients so that I can build my audience, grow my list, whether I'm growing my email list, whether I'm growing my community, whether I want to just create more visibility, like that has to be done. Like there is no way around it, right? So we need to know exactly where they are, right? So we're going to talk about exactly where to find your most ideal clients. And look, we are looking for the buyers, not just the browsers. And the truth is, nobody on this planet who is a coach or has a business has an audience 100% filled with buyers. Okay. There are always, 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 always going to be people that come into your ecosystem because they're curious and they're not yet ready to buy. And that's okay. There is nothing wrong with that. Okay. So we just want to make sure that we're really, really clear that none of us, not me, not the coaches that are making $10 million a year, $100 million a year, are going to have an audience just with everybody that buys, right? There is not 100% conversion rate in here. So I'm so glad to see Margaret here and Kim. Welcome, welcome. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you because I want to talk about specifically on where you are going to find your next paying client within 7 days. So we're going to talk about that first because that is the question that I want to answer right from the get-go. So inside of my golden hour that I teach inside of Activate Abundance Academy, we talk about having a healthy sales system because the truth is when we are looking to bring income revenue into our business, the most exhausting thing that actually creates the biggest amount of struggle and fear and stress is to be in new client acquisition mode all the time. right? It's like, oh my gosh, how do I get a new client today? Oh my gosh, how do I get a new client today? Oh my, and it's like, oh, that is what makes you really want to kind of burn everything down and go get a job at Starbucks, right? Like, it's like, oh my God, how do I keep doing this? So when we talk about bringing a new paying client into our ecosystem, we want to take a look at these places first. I want you to understand the percentages first. New clients only make up about 40% of your revenue, whether you're looking at it yearly or monthly. Your new client, which means somebody who has never before purchased with you, fits into that 40% uh, place. Okay. But you also have current clients that are working with you right now. You've got past clients who used to work with you. You've got people who are referred to you. And then you also have opportunities for what we like to call as an upsell, which is helping somebody take another step to work with you in something that's going to help them collapse the timeline even quicker. And so when we have all of these dialed in, we have a really healthy ecosystem for sales. It means that we are not going to be always in new client acquisition mode, which feels stressful and crazy. It makes us feel like, oh my God, how am I going to pay the bills? Right? We are going to absolutely be able to say, okay, if 40% is new clients and I want to bring on a client today or even this week, where am I going to look? Where am I going to look? So if you want to know exactly where to look, comment client in the chat for me. Go ahead and comment client in the chat because we're going to share exactly where do you look to bring on a paying client today. Okay. And if you're on Facebook, go ahead and do that. If you're in the Zoom room, go ahead and do that. So this is where we look. This is where we look. When we are talking about inviting somebody to work with us every day, by the way, my clients, I encourage them and I help them to make a offer Monday through Friday, one offer a day. And this is where we look first. So the first place to look, and look, most people think that when you need to find a paying client, you are looking for somebody who doesn't have an experience of you, who's a cold lead, and you got to say the right thing and you got to overcome the objections and all of that nonsense. You don't need to do that if you follow this. If you go from top to bottom, from inside to out, it is going to be a much easier, quicker, less stressful way to bring paying clients into your business. We start with current clients, okay? And this isn't, oh, how do I get more money out of my people? This is, do I have something that might be beneficial that is going to help them collapse the timeline even quicker? And so I'm going to share a couple of ideas. And if these resonate with you, write them down and use them. If they don't worry about it because, there is something that is going to work for you. I just need my eyeballs and my brain and my heart with you on your business in order to help you come up with something, okay? So, for example, I have the Success Studio. I also have a group program, which is Core, which you guys have heard about inside of Activate Abundance Academy. And there are a lot of times where people are like, you know what, I really wish I could just have an hour of time with you. I really just want your brain with me to like really dial in this offer. Great. So they can actually work with me in a what I call as a power hour. And that is a one-off session that I only offer to people who are already into my ecosystem. Okay, they are already people who are working with me in some way, shape, or form. And it is a discounted 1 hour session with me so that they can have my brain on something very, very specific so that they can collapse the timeline and get results quicker. Get results quicker. Okay. So that's one idea. That's one way. The other thing that I do is I create something which we call accelerators. And accelerators are, is there something that I can do to help my people get results even quicker than they're getting right now? Right. So maybe that looks like something that we're doing right now is called Lead Magnet that monetizes. Everybody inside of my Activate Abundance Academy gets that for free. And we open it up for people that are in the studio or new people. And that is a specific program. It's a 30-day accelerator to help our people create a freebie to bring new people into their ecosystem, to create a welcome sequence to nurture, to create an offer that is going to monetize their email list and their freebie, and also to create a sales sequence. So that is very, very specific. That is going to help my people come into this community and we're going to dial in and spend time together in 30 days. The other thing that we're going to do inside, by the way, this is for everybody who joins Activate Abundance Academy, whether you join Core or whether you join Amplify, doesn't matter. We're going to do a cash infusion or a cash injection because I want my people to get results pretty darn quick. Right. So when my people step inside the program, one of the things that we do is let's help you create 2,000 to 10,000 in the first 30 days, which means I get to run a 30-day offer program with people that are going to help them understand what is the offer that they're going to go with, where are their warmest leads, kind of like what I'm talking to you today. Hi, Heidi, how are you? And then we're going to help them implement what it is that they need to implement with me over the course of 30 days in live weekly calls. So that is something that I call an accelerator. And it is something that my current clients in either the studio or Holistic Business Foundations or anytime anybody who's in my ecosystem wants that. It's also for past clients, right? So the next place that we're going to look is who has worked with you previously? Who is somebody who's been in your world, who's worked with you previously, who is not currently working with you right now? And you can invite them into, either a power hour with you or one of these accelerators to help them get results. Or maybe you want to invite them into something that you didn't have going on before, right? Maybe, you've got a new offer that they didn't even know that you had going on because it's been a while, right? So that's where we're going to go. Current clients first, past clients, then we're going to go to referrals, right? And referrals come from your current clients. They come from people that you're connecting with or collaborating with. Why do we go there next? Because there's a transfer of trust that happens with referrals. Even though the person might be new to you, the person who is referring them to you is not new to them. So the person that is referring them to you, there's already a transfer of trust. And I actually had an experience of this morning. One of my friends, longtime friends, who was writing a book, she knows that we just hit, bestseller for the Soulful Abundance System. And she said, Chris, do you know anybody who, I could find as a literary agent? And I'm like, absolutely. Let me refer you to my publisher and also another good friend of mine, Jane. So I referred her to, I said, let me do an introduction. So I sent an email and there's a transfer of trust, right? She and I are friends. We've been friends. She trusts me. And so because she trusts me, she is naturally going to trust the people that I am referring her to, right? Which means it's going to be a lot easier for her to feel safe and trusting, right? The two things that people need to have before they make a purchase, right? With them than just somebody out of the blue that just sends her an ad like, "Hey, we can help you publish your book," right? Make sense? Yeah? Give me a thumbs up if this is making sense for how the benefit of referrals work. Okay, great. Then we go to warm leads who didn't buy. So that just means who have I had conversations with that said, you know what, that sounds great, but I'm a no right now. Or hey, that sounds great, but now's not the right time. Or hey, let me circle back around to this. I've got to finish, these things or whatever. Okay. So those are people that already know you. They like you. They trust you. They haven't purchased from you yet, right? They're not a past client. They're not a current client, but they are in your ecosystem. And maybe they've gone to, I'm going to choose Margaret here since I'm looking right at Margaret. She's one of my clients, by the way, who's been in Activated Abundance for like 5 years. And I love her so much. And she has just grown her Healing Touch business like off the charts amazing. And that is when we think about, the warm leads who didn't buy, maybe somebody came and had an experience with Margaret in her oh my gosh, what's it called again, Margaret? I might ask you to come off mute for a minute and share. Every month on the 7th, she does a healing touch circle. Will you share about that, Margaret?
Yeah, sure. So every month on the 7th of the month at 7 p.m. Central Time, I do a virtual healing circle and it's completely free. It's just anybody can come. It's 45 minutes of a healing modality and a meditation. And and that's my come and see who I am offer and where I can also then promote my other offers.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And it's so good. And it's so easy because, and this is what I mean by we want to customize something that works for you, right? This is something that Margaret does every single month and she loves it. And people come and it gives her an opportunity for people to see her, hear her, trust her. And then it's also an opportunity for her to say, hey, if you want more, join my Facebook group, or if you want more, we're doing this, experience around the chakras. I'm doing my, chakra class or something that's coming up, message me, let me know, we can hop on a chat. So that is a combination of people who are in your ecosystem already, right? They're in your ecosystem because they're showing up to something live, right? Every single one of you are in my ecosystem already, right? You have come to any, maybe one, maybe two, maybe three, maybe all of them of the Abundant Coach Co trainings that I've done, right? Some of you also might have, found me from someplace else, right? A transfer of trust that happens with one of my collaboration partners. Margaret, did you want to say something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I just wanted to briefly say I also do once a quarter. I do an in-person
Mhm,
local healing circle, and it's the same thing.
mhm.
And this last Saturday I did one, and a woman who I know who's kind of like an activist called me and said, "Can I come to your circle?" And I go, "Yes, of course." And so she came, and at the end of the circle, she goes like, "I'm going to put this out to my group of people who are they're kind of activists, political activists. I mean, not that I'm into that, but they're stressed because of what. And
Oh
I
my,
just go like, oh my goodness. And she even pasted on Facebook afterwards that she had been to my healing circle and linked to me. So it's like you just don't know what's going to happen
oh my gosh, Margaret.
when you do these things. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. I love that. I love that. So anybody who comes, now Margaret has got what we call, and look, I don't love the word leads because it doesn't sound like a real person, but Margaret has a group of potential people who are interested in maybe taking the next step with her, right? So everybody who comes to her um, healing circle, in person or online, that is who she's going to reach out to next. Hey, I'm so glad that you came to my healing circle. I don't know if you know, but I'm starting my next 6 week chakra class that's coming up. Let me know if you want the details. I would be happy to share it with you, right? Or, this is what I've got going on this month. Let me know if this might serve you in some way, shape, or form to help you lower the stress, calm the stress that's going on, right? So now you've got specific people, you've got a list of people, you've got current clients, you've got past clients, you've got warm people in your ecosystem that didn't buy it. You've got people that maybe you've had an assessment or a conversation with or an audit. I teach all of that inside of Activate Abundance Academy too, because we want to be able to give value and have conversations with people, right? So all of those people, none of those are cold, which is really, really good because that means you don't have to convince or persuade anybody. All you're doing is making an invitation. I don't know if you know, I don't know if you saw, enrollment is open for this. We've got this cool thing going, right? So all of that happens first if you want a client this week. If you want a client this week. So all of you, I'm going to invite you to make a list of everybody who would fall into any of these categories. Anybody who's a current client, anybody who's a past client, anybody who you've maybe been referred or connected at some point, anybody who had a conversation with you who didn't buy, and anybody who is in your ecosystem right now. If you have a Facebook group, you can go there. If you don't have a Facebook group, no problem. Maybe they're engaged with you on social in some way. Maybe they're on your email list. Maybe they've registered for an event like Margaret has her Healing Touch events. I, every single quarter, do an event like this. And then lastly, at the very, very last are people that are brand new. And I would say, like, those are the people that typically people think that's where they start is who do I know that's new that I can, invite to work with me. And they are the last people because that is the least amount of trust and safety built with those people. Can I get an amen or something in the chat if this is making sense, right? Does this feel easier, right? We're not trying to convert cold leads. We are trying to take a look at who do I have right now? So if you want a new client this week, this is what we're going to do. You're going to make a list. And for those of you that join Activate Abundance Academy, by midnight tonight, you will have a 1 hour call with me specifically to help you uncover. We're going to create your offer. We're going to help you uncover exactly who to offer it to. We're going to price it. So we're going to monetize your current audience that you have right now. And look, even if you don't have an email list or a Facebook group, I guarantee you I can find anywhere between 100 to 200 people that are in your warm audience. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. You let my eyeballs on your email and and we've got a phone list, we've got an email list, we've got conferences, we've got so many places that we've got people. So we're going to help you build out your offer suite. We're going to help you create this offer and we're going to help you monetize your current audience so that you can create a cash infusion. So everybody who joins by midnight tonight, and if you've joined in the past, I've got you too. So if anybody who's joined by midnight tonight, we're going to have a private 1 hour session. Look, I normally charge $1,000 for this call. You guys are getting it for free. This is a bonus when you decide to come into either Core or Amplify, doesn't matter. Now, the bonus for Amplify gets even better. If you decide that you want to go into Amplify and get the extra one-on-one support, you not only get that 1 hour call with me, but you get 30 days with me privately to navigate any of the nuances that come up. You've got access to me in a voice messenger so that you can reach out to me at any times. I normally charge $3,000 to work with me for a month. You guys are getting that for free. Okay. Why? Because I want you to know that you can do it and I want you to be able to create cash. I do not want you struggling trying to figure out where my client comes in or even if this is possible. Okay. So this is what is available for you inside of Activate Abundance Academy when you join today. Now, let's take a look at, great, Chris, but what happens when I run out of warm leads, right? What happens when I don't have, when we talk about picking the low-hanging fruit, right? How do you bring new people into your ecosystem? That's what we're going to go next. Okay. And this is, hi, Anna. This is what is inside of your workbook. And that is, I like to call this the wheel of opportunity. Okay, this is our wheel of opportunity. This is where you are going to go to bring new people into your ecosystem. So there are two things that we focus on inside of Activate Abundance Academy, and there are two things that we focus on to build a sustainable and profitable business. One thing is, how are we making invitations to make sales on a daily basis? That comes from our warm audience. The other is the longer term strategy, which is, what am I doing consistently to attract and bring new people in, to connect and nurture with them, and then invite them to work with us, right? So there's two different things that we're working on. One is the short term strategy, which is creating a cash infusion. That is actually at the end of my book, by the way. For those of you that have the book and haven't gotten there yet, like, go there, because I talk all about how to create a cash infusion. Right? And now let's take a look at, where do we find your new people? So the first place that we look at are our personal connections. Who do I know who's in my world right now that's not working with me, that I know that might be interested in having some sort of value, right? This is where, you might know somebody. Maybe they are, a friend, maybe they're a friend of a friend, but there's somebody that you know, and you can say, hey, I just created this cool new checklist for women who, whatever, are struggling with this and want to have this experience over here. And I just wanted to share it. Who do you know? Would you, or who do you know that would like this value? Right? The second place, so start with who you know first. By the way, I do this regardless of whether I am looking to bring new people into my ecosystem, or if I'm looking to be on a podcast, or if I'm looking to connect and collaborate. Always start from the inside of the bullseye, which is, who do you know? Who do you know? Okay, always start there. Those are the warmest. Those are the people that trust you the most. Those are the people that want to help you the most. Okay. Then we go to our 1% connection. Who do they know? Who do they know? Right? So who are your friends and who do they know? Right? So, for example, if you are working, I know one of the things that I did is I started with my chiropractor, acupuncturist, integrative doctor when I was building my health coaching and functional nutrition business. Started there, had a conversation with them, and guess what they did? They promoted me to their patients. That was the 1%, right? So I would get referrals, and they would also allow me to come in and do a talk that they promoted for me, right? So this is, who do I know that can help me get in front of my ideal client? So it's somebody that you're thinking about that serves your ideal client in a different way than you do, right? A different way than you do. Then from there, we go into your community connection. So think about programs you love that maybe you're in, or even connections. I have been in multiple programs where I have been working on something for myself, whether it's been working on my mindset, whether it's working on my nervous system, whether it's been working in business in some way, shape, or form, whether it's been me going to a conference or someplace for my own education and my own benefit. And there have been people that have become clients from those places. Okay. So think about programs that you're currently in. By the way, my clients inside of Activate Abundance Academy love to work with each other. It's so awesome. I'm like, yay, right? Like I work with Margaret. She did healing touch, for me when my kid was in a car accident. Margaret has worked with Stephanie, who is another nutrition coach. So when you have programs that you love, there are people there that also not only want to support you, but they're looking for support in their health, life, wellness, mindset, energy too. So don't forget about those places, okay? Then the last place that we look for are universe connections, places you might research. So this is where, I think, okay, where is my ideal client hanging out? Well, she's probably getting in a coach training program. She might be in somebody else's program. She might be, getting her certification from multiple places. So how can I connect with those places to get in front of my ideal client? So an example of that is actually Andrea. Oh my gosh, and I always say her name wrong. She's from Functional Nutrition Alliance, and she reached out and she said, "Hey, will you come in and talk to our alumni and people who we certify in functional nutrition and help them build a business?" I'm like, absolutely. So that's a universal connection. I never was part of that program, right? I didn't get my certification from them. I got my certification from the Nutritional Therapy Association, but there was a connection there and I could reach out and say, "Hey, I'm doing this. Would you like, my support?" There are people that I connect with who also have their own group programs. And this kind of falls more into the personal network connections place, but this is just another idea. So, I am an expert in two places, actually three places. I'm an expert inside of an energy program where people are getting certified in a very specific modality. And so, after they get their certifications, I can help them. And so I will go talk about what they need to do next in order to start building and growing their business. I do the same thing inside of a menopause coach training. And I was just asked this morning by a friend of mine who I met at a dinner, who she's a lawyer, and she's like, "Will you come in and talk to our people for the legal business membership that she's doing?" I said, "I would love to." Great. So can you see how your people really are everywhere? We just need to start thinking about where we can find them and how we can connect with them and who can also help us, right? It's not only our shoulders, right? Yeah, there's two ways that we get in front of our ideal client. One is what are we doing on by ourselves, right? And the other one is who can help us, leveraging other people's audiences. Okay, so those are the two places that we're going to look. And that is everything inside of this well of opportunity. There are things that you can do on your own, but there are other things that you can do to leverage other people's audiences. Okay, so where to find clients, you can answer these questions for where to find new people that are not yet in your ecosystem. They're not on your Facebook group, they're not on your email list yet, they don't have an experience of you yet. Okay, so these are the new ones. And these are some questions that are going to help you uncover where they are. Where do they congregate when they leave their house? Are they part of a book club? Do they go to yoga classes? Do they go to meditation classes? Do they work out someplace? Right? So that's one. You can take a look at where are they hanging out together online or even in person too, right? So where do they hang out online and where are they getting together? Maybe it's at your church, right? Maybe it's at a women's group. Maybe it's at a local networking group, right? These are all different places that your ideal client can be. What do they read? Book clubs, right? What do they read? Is there something specific that they like to read? By the way, if you know what they read, you can actually go to Amazon and get some juicy chocolate words by reading the reviews because the reviews will tell you, because they're using their own words are their chocolate, they're telling you exactly what they struggled with before they read the book and how it changed their life, right? So you can go into Amazon and look up a topic that your ideal client might be reading about, and that is going to help you come up with some of those chocolate words. Okay. What workshops or seminars do they go to? You can easily find people there, right? So, I go to one of my coaches' workshops and seminars every spring, every fall. She helped me with write the, or helped me get this. I wrote it. She helped me get it out into the world. She helped me with an editor. And so I know that my people go to her seminars too. Why? Because there are other coaches and entrepreneurs that want to write books. I can help them monetize that. I can help them monetize their business part either before, during, or after. So I know that my people are going to be there too. So I make it a point to get in that room regularly. It helps me, but it also connects me with other people too. Where do they network? So there are online networking events, there's in-person networking events, there are multiple places that you can go. If you are working with, a stressed out corporate woman, she's going to be networking someplace. There are, multiple entrepreneur networks that even if the group itself isn't your ideal client, still go because they can connect you with others. So, an example of that is I was networking at a local group here it's called the Lake Norman Small Business Association. Small businesses, we are all small businesses. We are all looking to connect and collaborate. And I was having a conversation with this guy who just makes swag for businesses. And I told him what it is that I do. And he said, "Oh, my sister actually at her company does these lunch and learns. Let me connect you." And I'm like, amazing. So it works like that too. Okay. Where do they do business on a regular basis, right? So for me, I knew that my people also went to yoga. They went to meditation. They went to Pure Barre. They went to chiropractors. They went to acupuncturists, right? I knew that my people were there too. Okay. Are there any clubs or organizations where you can rub elbows with them? Right? What websites do they visit or rely upon? What podcasts do they listen to? Podcasts are really great because when you go to a podcast, you can actually either make a pitch to the podcast so that you can be a guest on that podcast, right? Which is going to get you in front of a lot of people, right? I've got multiple clients that have come to me and they found out about me from listening to a podcast. Amazing. What personal clubs or professional associations do they belong to? And then who is a list of these people? Okay. So you don't have to do all of these, right? Because you guys are doing different businesses, but these are questions that you can start asking yourself to uncover where to find people that are currently not in your ecosystem. Okay. So we talked about two things today. We talked about who is in our warm audience so that we can bring a new client on today. And we talked specifically about where to look for them. Okay. And I said, you guys make a list of these people. The next thing is to decide what is it that you are going to offer them? What are you going to offer them? And, it's important that you are thinking about how you can help them get results in a quicker amount of time. Right? That is why people are actually going to work with you for results, right? So whenever we are inviting somebody to work with us, we want to make sure that we're telling them like this is a result that they're going to walk away with, right? So do you have an offer? And if you don't, please go back to day 2 where we talked about designing your offer suite. We talked about the power of 3, your high ticket, your mid ticket, your low ticket offer. One of those is going to be a good fit. One of those is going to be a good fit. Okay. And if you don't have anything other than just your high ticket, you need to get inside of Activate Abundance Academy so that I can help you with your offer suite and we can do that right from the get-go. Okay. Now, Activate Abundance Academy, the core is only $500 a month. This is the first time I've opened up this entire program at that rate. In the past, we didn't take anybody for less than $16,000 or $17,000. Like that was the minimum amount that you had to pay to get inside of this program. We have opened up Core, which is a affordable place that you can pop in now. We're actually going to be raising it to $997 once we finish with our founders rate. But for now, because this is the first time that we've launched it, you can get in for monthly payments of $500. I don't know anywhere else in the market that you are going to get this amount of value and time and attention to help you build and grow your business, because you are also getting weekly calls with me. You are getting Q&A calls with me every single month. We are going to be working together in an implementation day. I call these my activators, where we are diving into something very, very specific for a good 4 hours or more so that you can implement right then and there on the call. So this isn't about throwing more information at you. This is, all right, this is what we're working on today. Everybody's working on the same thing. Everybody's implementing. What questions do you have? Where are you getting stuck? So by the end of that time, you've got something done, right? That's really, really important. I want to make sure that you get it done. I don't want you just hearing me talk and then go away and go, okay, yeah, I'll get to that later. So those are something that we added in this year, which are brand new, because I saw that people were having a hard time taking action. And I'm like, no, let's help. I want you to take action. Like, let's go. You got me here live. Like, let's do it. So that is what we've got going on for you. We also have monthly planning days so that you know exactly what to focus on every single month, right? In the context of attraction, nurturing, and inviting, what are you doing? Right? It's not enough to just say, oh, I'm going to attract. Great. How are you doing that this month? What are you doing? Where are you going? Right? I want to make sure that you are crystal clear so that you're not spinning your wheels and trying to do too much at once, but you are really, really focused. So we're going to get focused every month live with me. We are planning out your 30 days. Attract, nurture, and invite. We're also going to plan out your 90 days as well so that we can get a wider view. So every quarter, we're going to have a profit planning call with you so that you can know exactly what to do for the next 90 days. Okay, and then we're going to break that down. And then we also have a Voxer group, a Facebook group as well, where you can ask questions so that you're never stuck. You don't have to wait until the following week. You can be like, hey, Chris, I got a question. Like, I'm thinking about this. Can I get your eyeballs on it? Absolutely. Okay. The other thing that we've got going on is monthly mindset calls. Monthly for both Core and Amplify, there are monthly mindset calls. Once a quarter, my mindset coach Liz comes in and she teaches. Another once a quarter, again, there's 3 months every quarter. So we've got 3 different people who are coming in to help you with your mindset. One is Liz. One is my very, very good friend, Betty Barnett. She does money mindset. And then you got me, because that is the inner game. And so every quarter you got me. So every month you have a mindset call. One of them is going to be with me. One of them is going to be with Liz. One of them is going to be with Betty, so that we can keep you going, because the 80% of our success definitely comes from mindset pieces. Okay. You've got access to all of the call recordings so that you can listen to them on your walk. You can listen to them as you're doing other things for any of the call replays. So please don't worry if you miss a call. It's all inside there for you. And then the last thing that will, probably not the last thing, because we've got lots of really, really cool stuff going on there. We've got co-working sessions for you as well. So we've got accountability calls and co-working sessions, which is going to help you get come in, and we open a Zoom room for you so everybody can work on their business together. And we've got Carrie, who is our productivity coach, and she's like, great, what are you working on? And you start, and then by the end of the time you finish. So we're creating a container for you to build and grow your business and actually follow through with the things that you know you need the most support on. So I would love it if you guys would join me inside of Activate Abundance Academy. This is our final day inside of the Abundant Coach Code. We had to do the encore because we had those tech issues, but I'm going to go ahead and just drop the link here in the chat for you. And my intention for everybody, especially since we're going to be starting off October with the cash infusion for you, is that you can easily, 4x your investment. $500 in your first month. My intention is that you create a minimum of 2K to 10K in your first 30 days. Okay. And it's going to be something that you can put on repeat. So you could do this anytime you need income, right? So this is really, really important. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not making income now, how can I afford this? How can you not? How can you not? Like, you have to get in and you have to get the support to help you build and grow your business. Staying stuck where you are right now, not knowing what to do, is not going to help you make more money. Downloading the next freebie or the next course is not going to help you make more money. You need specific actions that you're going to take so that you know exactly what to do with support, so that you're following through and getting the information that you need, but also the inspired actions to bring it on. Okay. And that is something that we talked about on, when was it, Saturday, in our Empowered Leaders, where leaders commit before they know how, right? We have to say yes to being willing to take risks, and we have to be willing to do the work to get our return on investment as well. That's why inside of Activate Abundance Academy, we have a we have a guarantee. I can't guarantee you a certain amount of money, but what I can guarantee you is that you will at least double your income if you show up to the calls, you take the actions, and you actually implement it, right? The reason why I can't guarantee that you're going to make a certain dollar amount is because I can't jump in your body and do the work for you, right? I can give you the strategy, I can give you the support, I can tell you what to do, I can help you along the way, but I can't actually do it for you. I can't actually do it for you. Okay. So that's one of the reasons why we've got community inside of Activate. It's one of the reasons why we've got the activators. It's one of the reasons why we have people in there to cheer you on. We have an entire team of people that are in there, from mindset coaches to success coaches to me. And I only take a limited number of people because I know my energetic capacity, and I want to make sure that I know what's going on in your business. I want my brain, my heart with you on your business so that I know what you're doing and when you're doing it, so that we can course correct as needed as you go. So click on the link, take a look at Activate Abundance Academy. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. Like I promise I'm not scary. I promise I'm not going to try to drag you across the finish line. I promise I will actually hold your vision. I will ask, what's your vision? What is it that you want? What are you trying that's working? What are you trying that's not working? And I will help you make an empowered decision. Whether that empowered decision is yes or no, totally fine. I just want you to make an empowered decision so that you can have the support that you need to create the business that you are here to create and to serve the people that you're here to serve, right? If you are not bringing on paying clients now, chances are you are severely limiting yourself to the impact that you can make in the world. There's a direct correlation. The more clients that you serve, the more people that you are impacting. Okay, so do not wait. We are coming up on October. October, November, and December is actually one of the most powerful quarters. This is where coaches can actually make their entire year back in the last 3 months. Why? Because people are looking ahead. They are like, okay, this is what I've tried for the whole year. And, what is it that I want to create for 2026? People are looking for health coaches. They are looking for ways of being where they want to do something differently. And now is the time for you to get in front of those people and know exactly what to do and what to offer them and how to do that in a way that resonates and that is in alignment with you, right? So the other thing that I talk about is that what we tried, 90 days ago is actually what you're going to get today. It's actually what you're going to get today, right? So that's not a cash infusion, right? If you haven't been inviting people to work with you, chances are you don't have clients, right? So what are you doing on repeat to bring income and revenue into your business? And what are you doing consistently on repeat to get in front of new people to grow your audience and then monetize your audience? If you don't have a plan for that, I want you in Activate Abundance Academy, because that's what we help you with. Okay. Any questions so far? Awesome. Yes? No? Does everybody have at least 2 places that they could find a client within the next 7 days? 2 places. 2 places. Yes. Kim's like, heck, oh, good. Look. Oh, I got balloons. I didn't even know that that was going to happen. I haven't seen the balloons before. I've seen the fireworks. Let's see if the fireworks will work. Yay. I've seen the fireworks. I didn't see the balloons. Awesome. Okay. So everybody has at least 2 places that they can find an ideal client. Amazing. So you can actually action that and come up with your first payment to join Activate Abundance Academy. And if you are unsure on how to do that, when you say yes to Activate, you'll get that 1 hour call with me, and we will uncover exactly what to do and how to do it, create your offer, uncover where your person is hanging out. I'll give you the messaging. I'll let you, like, this is what I say. This is how you can say it in a way that makes sense to you. All right, sound good? Good. All right. So this is our final day. Thank God it's recording. And we will make sure that it gets uploaded to our replay page so that you can refer back to that. Cynthia, you have a question.
Yes. Um,